the award ceremony first, and after we're done with the award ceremony, then we're going to continue learning techniques at a new belt level, the yellow belt level, or in this student's case, the yellow-green stripe level, and in your case, the brown stripe level. Now, in an award ceremony, since for most of you this is your first one, what's going to happen is, in a minute or two, we're going to have you come up to the front here, and you'll stand right in front of me, and we'll face each other, and we'll come to attention, we'll bow in. Then I'm going to read off your award. I'm going to give you your awards. Then we're going to bow out. Then we're all going to clap for you. There's 3 awards here today. The first one and the most prestigious one is the certified belt. The second one is the medal that goes with the belt. This is the yellow belt medal. This medal comes encased in this plastic envelope, and you're going to want to be tempted to open this up and try to take this out. And I would let my parent do this, because I've seen some students, in their zeal to want to get the envelope off, they pull the medal and they break it off of the attached ribbon. So I would let if I were you, I'd let my parent take this off. And the other thing about medals is you never wear the medal when you're training. You might wear the medal at one of your next belt break promotion ceremonies, but you never wear the medal to train. The medal, generally speaking, just goes in your trophy case at home, or it goes on your wall of fame at home. You never really wear this. The medals change colors and get bigger as you go up the belt ranking system. Like, this is the one for yellow belt. This is the one that Nicholas will be getting. This is the yellow belt green stripe medal, the red, white, and blue one. Once you get to green belt, the medals go around your neck. They drape over your neck. Same thing with the green belt purple stripe. And then once you get to purple belt and higher, you stop getting medals and you get trophies. And the trophies even get bigger. We have a student today who's from a different city coming in today who wasn't able to get his award in the city where he lives. So he's coming over to Hastings here today to get his award. This is the trophy that you get once you attain black belt. So the awards get bigger as you go up the belt ranking system. And when we call you up here, we're going to call you up in alphabetical order, starting with the recipients of the yellow belt first, then the recipient of the yellow-green stripe, then the highest ranking student gets called up at the end. We work our way up the ranks. Now, in an award ceremony, since this is your first one, just a couple of little sort of points of etiquette here. In an award ceremony, there's no talking or moving around by the students. The reason you're not talking and moving around is it's a great show of respect by you towards your classmates here. It's a great show of respect toward them for you to be seated very quietly and you're very attentive to the student that's up here getting their award. That's a great show of respect. And then, of course, when you come up here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be very quiet. We're going to be very attentive to you so that you get the recognition that you deserve. Now, it's customary in the martial arts for the shifu. The shifu is the Chinese word for the teacher, to give a brief speech. Now, I give the same speech every year in the beginner level class, beginner class. In the intermediate and advanced classes, I give different speeches, but I give the same one when students receive their yellow belt. It's a 2-paragraph speech. The first paragraph is going to be primarily directed to the students. The second paragraph is going to be directed to the parents. Here's paragraph 1. Students today, May 12, 2007. You have made history of epic proportion today. You participated in an achievement that's one of the most rare, elite achievements in all of humanity. There are many awards that people will earn in their lifetime, many. But very few people earn this award. Very few. Lots of people graduate from high school. We're standing in the high school right now. Lots of people graduate from high school. They'll be doing that in a few weeks. Not many of those people graduating, probably less than 5, have a certified belt in the martial arts. So this award is very rare, seldomly attained by a person in their lifetime, and yet you've done it today, May the 12th, 2007, and you've done it when you're very young. Yeah, aside from the fact that this award is rarely earned, the other striking feature about this award is that most of the people who are earning the certified belts are older than you. They're older than you for the most part. We have young students in here, but the interesting thing is because you're young and you've earned this award, this means you have great skill and ability. Your technique was successful enough to allow you to meet the standard for earning this belt. And that means that you're a quick learner. It means you're very talented. Every one of you has success written all over you. Everything you do and touch is going to prosper forever. I commend you on this achievement that you participated in. My second paragraph is for the parents and the grandparents and the aunts and uncles. Parents, there's some things in life, there's a few things in life that are greater than the profound historical achievements of your children. There's a few things. One of the few things that's greater than your child's achievement is this. Your child's uniqueness is greater than their achievement. Boys and girls, the word uniqueness, by the way, means distinct, one of a kind, without any imitation, likeness, or duplication anywhere. Parents and students, one of the things that's greater than your child's achievement is the fact that there's no one like your child anywhere on the planet. And I know that the parents already knew this intuitively. You already knew this in your innards. And that's great. But there are a few things that are greater than intuition. One of them is math, and another one is science. And I can show you mathematically and scientifically that your child is a unique, distinct, one-of-a-kind person on this planet. You know, there's 6 billion people on the planet. That's a 6, with 9 trailing zeros after the 6. A mathematician couldn't tell you what kind of a volume that is. But suffice it to say that there's multiple millions of people on this earth right now, and there's no one like him anywhere on the planet. Same thing for her, and for her, and for him, and you, and him, and you too. Every one of these people are the only one of their kind out of 6 billion people on the planet. And we can show it scientifically. All we got to do is extract from one little cell in their body. We extract that little stringy, coded genetic helix called DNA. If we take his DNA and we compare it to the DNA of any person on this planet, there's not going to be a match. That means that he's like the only person like him anywhere on the earth. Same thing for every one of you. I don't even know if you've ever given that thought. I don't know if the parents have given that thought, but your child is a one-of-a-kind person on this earth right now as we speak. That's utterly profound. To amplify that even one step further, I would submit to the parents that your son and daughter is not only a unique, distinct, one-of-a-kind person in the here and the now, I will tell you that your son and daughter is the only person of their kind that's ever been created since the beginning of time. Yeah. Yeah, your child was made one time and one time only for all of time and eternity. If we take her DNA and we compare it to the DNA from some bone cell, from some caveman that lived 2 million years ago, there won't be a match there. So, parents, your child is a walking, breathing, living, singular prototype for their kind in the creation of the worlds. If you give yourself permission to ponder that for any length of time, that's going to take your breath away and stagger you. So yeah, we're going to recognize now their martial arts achievement, but I think it's more important, quite honestly, if I might editorialize for 1 second here, it's more important that we affirm and reaffirm their uniqueness on a daily basis than it is to recognize achievement. Recognizing achievement is good. Affirming their uniqueness is far better. Now we'll call you up for your awards. We'll confer the awards with the yellow belts first. Daniel Burrow, come up please. Face me. Ready? Jump. No, face me. I'm going to give you your award. Daniel Burrow is hereby promoted to the rank of yellow belt. I'm going to give you your award. And I'm going to put it in, grab it with your thumb. To this one here, I'm going to put this one right here. And we're going to bow. Ready? Yes, ma'am. Jorden. Aiden Endress. You read your award. Aiden Endress is hereby promoted to the rank yellow belt. Congratulations. We're going to bow. Judy? So. Well, then let me just, your dad was saying to you, Nicholas, that he wants to see your green stripe there. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's say cheese. 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 2. Right leg front kick. Right leg now forward. 3. Punch right. Punch left. 4. Step back. Low block. Left arm. And just switch your feet. And move 5. Palm strike. And then just switch your feet too. And the other arm. The other. That's it. 5. Good. Move number 6. Middle block to your left. Left arm middle block. Move number 7. Low side kick. Left leg. Move number 8. The hammer fist strike to the left. Move number 9, middle block to the right. Move number 10, low side kick to the right. Move 11, the hammer fist. Let's do that again. We'll do it 3 times. That was number 1. Here we go. Ready? 1. Left arm high block, right leg back. 2. Right leg front kick. 3. Punch right hand. Punch left hand. 4. Step back, low block, left arm. And move 5, palm strike, yell. 5. 6. Middle block to your left. 7. Low side kick. 8. hammer fist. 9, middle block. 10, low side kick. 11, hammer fist. Yeah, one last time. Then we'll move on to some different yellow belt techniques. Here we go. 1, left arm high block, right leg back. 2, front kick. 3, punch right, punch left. 4, step back, low block. 5, 6, middle block. 7, low side kick. 8, hammer fist. 9, middle block. 10, low side kick. 11, hammer fist. Good. Please be seated. Now, the first thing you do is so they can see. Now, you just relax. While his arms are relaxed, we find the center of the board. Yeah. And this is for the purple belts. Now, when you do the palm stride, you're going to take a step to the board, and just like you do with your heel, you're going to knock on the board with your hand. Can you hear the knock? You knock again. Can you hear the knock? You have to hear it. Notice my fingers are way off the board. See how they're way off? Now his arms are rigid, just like they got to be at the time of the break. And so you're going to knock. Knock again. And now you break and yell. Well, let's clap for Mr. Jorden. Of course, when you break the city was Boston, Massachusetts, and the venue was the venerable Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm just curious, that's one of the greatest parks in baseball. Raise your hand if you've been to Fenway Park. Yeah. That might be arguably, that and Wrigley Field in Chicago might be the 2 greatest venues to watch baseball. But in 1918, the manager called in the young pitcher into his office and said, "George, sit down, I need to talk to you." He said, "George, you're a great guy, but you're not a very good baseball player. We're going to trade you to another team." And George rose to his feet. You could tell that he took umbrage with the remark. He said, "I disagree with what you just said totally. I'm more than good enough to play for this team, to play for any team, and you're making a mistake by trading me. I'm more than good enough to do this." The manager said, "Well, George, I guess I can respect your right to disagree with me, but in my opinion, you're not good enough, so we're going to trade you." So, shortly thereafter, in 1918, George was traded to one of the most storied franchises in all of professional sports, the New York Yankees. And on May the 1st, 1920, George stepped up to the plate. Oh, I forgot to tell you his full name, George Herman Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, George Herman Babe Ruth stepped up to the plate May 1st, 1920 at the Polo Grounds in New York City. They didn't play baseball at that time at Yankee Stadium yet. At the Polo Grounds, you had to hit the ball 450 feet for it to get out of the park. And on May the 1st, 1920, George Herman Babe Ruth hit his first home run ever as a New York Yankee at the Polo Grounds. Interestingly, he hit the home run against the Boston Red Sox that day. And the Yankees won the game that day 6-0. But you're probably wondering, why are you hearing this story on your martial arts awards day? Here's why. The best part of this particular story is when the manager told him, "You're not good enough," he rose to his feet and with respect he said, "You're wrong. I'm more than good enough to do this." He was not going to accept Babe Ruth was not going to accept the manager telling him that he wasn't good enough when he knew in his mind and in his heart he was good enough to play a game. And remember his words when he said, "You're going to regret doing this." If anybody who knows anything about baseball history knows that this trade later on became dubiously known as the curse of the Bambino. Does that phrase mean anything to you? Yeah. Then the Red Sox went for many years without winning a pennant of any kind, and legend has it that it was tied into the fact that they traded Babe Ruth until a few years ago. Of course, they won the pennant. But for many years, Boston was not a very good baseball team. But the point that I want you to hear is this. Sometime in your life, if it hasn't happened already, at some point in your life, somebody's going to come up to you and say, "You know what? You're not good enough to do this or that. Or you don't really have the skills or ability to do this task. Or you don't really have the talent to do that task. Or you just really don't have what it takes to do this." When anybody tells you that, you can respectfully and politely disagree with them, and you can tell them that you can do anything that you want. That you have the skill, the ability, the talent, and most importantly, you have the will, the determination of your mind to do it. Every one of you knows that you have more than enough skill and ability and talent right now to do anything, because you have enough skill and ability and talent right now to earn these high-ranking belts. If you had no skill, no ability, no talent to do anything, you wouldn't be receiving your award today. Your award, this award by itself, now this isn't the only thing, but this award by itself tells you that you have more than enough skill and ability and talent to do just about anything. So I want you to be just like Babe Ruth. If somebody tells you you're not good enough to do something, you disagree with them very quickly and very respectfully. You tell them you can do anything that you want. Now we're going to confer the award. We'll start with the recipients of the Purple Bell first. Liam Alonji. Yeah, come forward, please. Right, you stand right here, facing me. Ready? So, let me read your award. We're now ready for the recipients of the Brown Belt. Jorden Burrow. Jorden Burrow is hereby promoted to the rank of Brown Belt.